The night I realized every stranger is fighting a battle I can't see. At 3 a.m., the laundromat didn't feel like a business. It felt like a place people went when they didn't want to be alone with their thoughts. The machines hummed like breathing, the dryers gave off warm air, and the buzzing lights made everything feel unreal. I was 19, working the graveyard shift because no one else wanted it and I needed the money. The laundromat was in a rough part of town. Outside was dark and dangerous. Inside was lonely in a different way. Nights like that felt endless. Mrs. Calder, an older woman, was folding tiny baby clothes at the long table. A young student named Eli sat near the wall hugging his backpack. He had been kicked out of his apartment and had nowhere to sleep. He paid for one wash just to stay warm. Then there was the man in the suit. His name was Robert. He sat in front of an empty dryer, staring at it like it was the only thing holding him together. His suit was wrinkled, his tie loose, and his eyes were red and hollow. I walked over to close the back section, already tired. Before I could speak, Robert looked at me. "Do you ever think about how much of the world is happening right now?" He asked quietly. "That you'll never see." He told us his daughter had died in a car accident 2 days ago, 17 years old. He couldn't stay in his house. The silence was too loud. He came to the laundromat because the machines sounded like white noise, and the heat made it feel like someone else was in the room with him. Mrs. Calder stopped folding. Eli listened quietly, whispering that back home his mother used to sit awake with him so the room wouldn't feel empty. Slowly, we all shared our pain. Mrs. Calder spoke about her granddaughter, born too early and gone too fast. Eli admitted he was scared to call his parents. I shared my own fear of being invisible at 19. We cried together. Mrs. Calder first, then Eli, then Robert, and finally me. For a moment, it felt like we were holding each other up without touching. The laundromat didn't feel like a shelter anymore. It felt like a place where grief could breathe. Before we left, I created a small WhatsApp group to stay in touch. For a few days, it was warm to see messages pop up. Eli thanked us and said he finally slept for a few hours. Robert typed once, "Still here." Mrs. Calder sent a heart emoji. A week later, Eli was deported back to his country. 2 days after that, Robert's name popped up briefly, then he was found dead at home. Mrs. Calder never replied again. The group went silent, 4 names frozen in time. That night taught me something painful and true. Sharing our pain doesn't always save us, but for a moment it gives relief. It reminds you that people are human and seen and not completely alone. I still think about Eli, Robert, and Mrs. Calder whenever I hear white noise or feel warm air. We all had different problems, different endings.